Good afternoon, and welcome to this edition of the Entrepreneur Spotlight podcast. I am Phil Nichols. I'm joined today by Kaia Calvert. Kaia, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
You bet. Kaia is the founder and owner of Kaiakaptures. They provide all kinds of great services that we'll get into here in a second, all the different things you're doing, but we appreciate you joining us and being a part of the show.
Yeah.
So talk to me about when you were sitting there in your bed one night or sitting out by the pool or wherever you were at, what made you think, I want to start this business at a very, very young age? Kaia is, are you 16?
15.
15 years of age. You've had Kaiakaptures now for
2 years.
2 years. So you started this when you were 13.
Yeah. So when I was in the 6th grade, I was running cross country, and that was when I was on my downhill journey of the athletics and things like that. It wasn't interest to me anymore. And so I saw my parents' camera and I picked it up, and then I started taking pictures at Hayden's travel ball baseball during the summer, things like that. And then that was just like the hobby phase of it all. And then in about like a year or two after that, I got a message to take somebody's senior pictures. And then after I saw the money hit my bank, I was like, I need to keep going.
Yeah, you were hooked then, right? Of course, you talked about your brother.
Yeah.
You know, of course, you have a lot of great subjects in your own family that you can with sports related, but you guys do a lot more than just photography. You do photography. You also do marketing services. So talk a little bit about that.
So I do marketing for like a realtor, and then as well as Friends Market. So I post on social media for them, trying to get their business and things, and find different marketing strategies, which I've done a lot of research on. And then that's what I plan to do later on in the future. Things
professionally?
Like yeah.
Well, one of the cool things I think about entrepreneurs is it all starts with a dream or an idea.
Yeah.
You know, you don't really know what it's going to look like. Yeah. And then you got to go along for the ride, right? And because things present themselves, opportunities present themselves. So what's probably the most enjoyable part? We'll look at the photography first, right? I know here in a minute we're going to post some of your social media sites. Or got it right there for. You can go to Kaiakaptures on Instagram. She also has a Facebook page, but we prefer Instagram. That's correct, right? Yeah. But you can see here some of the beautiful pictures she's taken and some of the cool stuff she's done with the lens. It's not just sports photography. It's a variety of things. So talk about some of those different, what can people reach out to you to shoot? I know for one of my companies, we're hiring you to do headshots and pictures for website refresh. We're doing things like that.
So I do a lot over like Instagram and Facebook Messenger. That's where a lot of people do find me, but as well as my phone number. It's 405-697-4823. You just reach out, say, hey, this is what I'm looking for. These are the pictures I want, and then go on from.
So is there one area, or is there something you enjoy shooting more than the others, that just creatively?
Yeah, I definitely say my sports photography is where I go, like, I enjoy the most. So after I finish college doing the business marketing, I obviously want to have a degree behind my back, but I'd love to go shoot for like the NFL, MLB, something like that. So I want to do that while I'm still young, and that's where like the main passion comes from. Like, and especially being like a football trainer, being on the sideline, like.
So, you talk about that. I mean, the equipment that's involved in this. Yeah. Now, I bought my first camera from Walmart. Yeah. Yeah, and it was one of those old Polaroids. You probably don't even know what those are. The instant pictures, do you know what those are?
Actually, my great-grandma, she just passed away, and my grandma handed me her old antique cameras.
That's cool.
Because I plan to start collecting things like that, and I got to see one of those. My dad got to explain what it was. Yeah, it's pretty cool. But the stuff you're working with is a little more, little more sophisticated than that. Yeah. Walk us through so what's the process? Is there certain equipment you need for different shoots that you do? I mean, is it all about the lens? I always hear it's all about the lens. Yeah. So when I was first started my photography, got on Amazon, ordered a camera. After I'd gone through my parents, and I was like, I probably should upgrade my technology. So that one was like pictures only. Yeah. And then after I purchased my first camera on my own, I mean, my parents helped me a little bit. But I purchased my Nikon about a year ago, and that one's does the slow motion video, but like the video doesn't happen if it's not for the lens. Okay. And so I had a shorter lens, and then I realized when I bought it that it didn't do the slow motion effect and stuff like that. So then that's when I bought my big 200 millimeter lens for football, and then, yeah.
So all self-taught.
Yep.
Which is impressive to me.
I have to add YouTube did help me a little bit there.
YouTube, I remember years ago when YouTube was my son Jake, who's 29 now, but he was in high school and he was working on a car, and I remember coming home and he's got stuff spread out all over the driveway.
Yeah.
It was one of the cars I'd paid for, so I was a little nervous because I didn't know it was even broke. It wasn't. Yeah. He just wanted to go do something. I walked inside, I talked to him, I said, hey, okay. Yeah. Walked inside, and I said, does he know how to work on cars? and my wife, Tanya, said, he YouTubed it. You know, yeah. And so that has really been something that can accelerate a learning curve, right?
Yeah, so when I used to edit on, like, different softwares and stuff like that, and then when I did my research and learned that, like, Lightroom and their whole line was, like, where I needed to be, then I looked up presets, different things, the way to edit them, things like that. And that was
Well, you talked about your brother Hayden, who's one of my favorite Blue Jays. I enjoy him very, very much. You also talked about your parents. Family's a big deal for you. So talk about the family support if you've started your endeavor, as it continues to grow. Walk me through that.
So Hayden and I, obviously super close in age. It's always been him and I. And so when he started football his freshman year, that was when I first stepped on to do football pictures, which was awesome. Felt like the coolest person in the world when the coaches asked me to come do it. And then sophomore year, junior year, watching him grow through the lens was like one of the coolest things that I had gotten to do. But now I've decided to graduate early. So him and I are going to take on senior year together.
Really?
Next year. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I just want to get to the experiences and everything at a younger age, things like that. But my mom and dad, they were the ones like taking me everywhere. Mm-hmm. You know, they do a lot for me as well, and helping me, teaching me proper grammar. I'm so bad at spelling.
I still need to work on that. I still struggle with that a little bit.
My dad will text me, like, I'll send him my paragraphs that I'm going to post and stuff like that, and he'll send me back with the corrected errors and everything. So
your dad's an educator before going into the medical field, so he's always got that red pen nearby, right? I understand.
And my grandma, Calvert, as well, she owns the tax office over there, and I'll sit in her office, and then a client will come in, and she'll go on for 30 minutes talking about me and Hayden. And so they're all super great. Love them all. I
got to tell you a quick story about your grandma. She'll send us messages. I know Chris has probably got messages from her, too, thanking us for something with one of the kids or something. Yeah. If you have a supportive family like you do, it's a big head start. It's a big head start in life. So I know you, and it's not just family support. You have great support of the community. I know, and I hate to admit this while we're doing this, but I know Chris Evans has done a lot of stuff with you and for you. Walk some of the other coaches, some of the other sports. Walk us through some of those things.
So Chris, originally last year, when this last football season, I texted him, asked if I could get a floor pass to the football game, the state championship, and he's helped me be able to have all those experiences. I never would have had any outlooks, things like that, to get to those places. And the football coaches and staff and everything, in the football coach's office, you walk in and it's my pictures on the walls and on their desk and things like that, and it's cool to see.
And there's other sports coaches also that get you involved in their seasons.
Brett Clark, the new basketball coach, she's been super great. Boys golf, girls golf, they take me along, going to girls state next week and boys regionals on Monday.
Good.
And so getting out of, they're excusing me for class, so not only am I being able to be there, but as well not missing a lot of school, because school is also an important thing to me as well. But the principals, the counselors, everybody at the school has been great.
Yeah, I'm real impressed by you in a lot of ways, but the fact that you're graduating a year early, I had to do my senior year 3 times, but no, I'm joking, but it was only twice, but no, I'm joking. But I mean, I think obviously academics is very important to you.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see that.
Yeah.
Talk also about, this is one of the coolest things, and I just found this out, and I think this might be the neatest thing of all. You do donations through school to low-income families. You've done some cool things with our Special J's.
Yeah.
Talk about some of those things. I know you don't like talking about yourself, but tell people about that.
So when I was thinking about my photography, and I know I said the comment about when I saw the money hit me.
Sure.
But to me, the photography is not all about the money.
Right.
It's about like the experiences as well and things like that. So last year I went up to Miss Chad and I was like, I want to do something cool for the school that would as well help me as well as them. Mm-hmm. And we came up with this plan over spring break to have a little sign-up sheet where if you were on the low and reduced lunches, then we could do your pictures over these certain time frames. And so I did.
Talking about senior pictures?
Senior pictures, because I know, like, senior pictures are super important, but as well as cap and gowns are too. Mm-hmm. So you might have money for a cap and gown and everything, but senior pictures just aren't as important.
It's a reality.
But I know it's something that would be important to me as well.
Yeah.
And then we were going across that. I went and talked to Miss Benham, which she's been an awesome supporter as well. And I had offered to do the pictures for them during school. So we'd go
our
out,
special J's.
Yes, yeah.
Right.
Yep, so we'd go out to the pavilion out there by that water, and it was just pictures right there by the school and with the big school in the background, and
That's great. Well, is there anything else you want to share with the people as far as your journey and kind of where you're heading? And
I'd say that hold on. When I think about my journey and everything that I've been through in high school, things like that, not all of it has been good, not all of it's been great. It's been a long road to get here, and it hasn't always been easy, but I'm proud of how far I've came and can't wait to see where the rest of it goes.
Well, I will tell you this.
Hold on. I have to mention my other siblings so they don't get mad.
Very good.
My sisters have been great. Posting me on social media, sharing my stuff, things like that. My brother DJ reaches out, tells me he's proud of me all the time. But by far, Hayden and I have the best connection out of all of us.
Because of age.
Yes, and we go to school together, things like that. And so
you're experiencing life together.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, what I was going to say is I think, as an old dude, I'm not as old as Evans. People think I'm older, but I'm really not. But
seriously?
But no, it's a joke.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh.
But I think one of the things, I've been an entrepreneur for 30 years, and I respect what you're doing so much on the business side, but I think the things you're doing, just watching you in the community, it's very obvious you care a great deal about other people. Yeah. It's very obvious that you want to put them out front. You sat down today and you said, okay, this is different being on this side of the lens or the camera, but I will tell you, there's many people in the community very, very proud of you and really are cheerleaders of yours that want to see you experience everything you want to experience. I think you're a real inspiration, I think, for a lot of people. So we appreciate you being here today. We're proud of you. Keep doing the great work you're doing.
Thank you.
And we'll look forward to seeing you on the sidelines, on the court, and on the golf course, everywhere else.
Yep.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us today on the Entrepreneur Spotlight. Again, our guest today is Kaia Calvert, owner, founder of Kaiakaptures. Kaia, give them your phone number one more time.
405-697-4823.
There's a great shot of Kaia's Instagram. You can catch her there as well. Send her a message if you have any marketing needs, any photography needs. Give her a call. She's a real professional. Kaia, thank you again for being here.
Thank you.